Hi guys, it's Adam. I know I'm a few minutes early, but I thought, you know what, I'm not going to wait around for any longer. I've been waiting around for like 5 minutes. Um, oh great, what's happened here? One sec, one sec. Let me refresh. Right, 1 second, I'll just sort my stuff out, get the chat up and everything, and then we're ready to go. Right, here we go. Jason's in the chat and David McGregor is in the chat. Yeah, 2 viewers. Hi guys. Stream okay? Yeah. Stream's okay. It's all lovely. 3 viewers now. Awesome. I had now the peak last week was 34 viewers. I could not believe that. And I mean for the time of day as well, I just couldn't believe it. 34 people, blooming wasting the lunchtime watching me. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, Jason's in the chat, David's in the chat, Graham's in the chat, Taylor's in the chat, Carp Fishing's in the chat, dinner time chat. Yeah, so I thought today we're going to talk about the topic is GSP and International Postage. Please discuss it in the chat as well, and I'll read out your comments, and I will have a discuss of my opinion as well. Plus, we've got any other questions in the chat, and I've got a couple of pickups here that I wanted to show you as well from today. So we've got Retro Vintage 65 in the chat. Hi there. So yeah, I think that's everyone for now. 10 people watching now, which is awesome. So yeah, we will get into it. I'll get the 2 pickups out of the way, and then we'll get into the actual topic. Nick's in the chat. Kaylee's in the chat. Yeah, so let's get on with it. Anyway, I shall get on with it. So today I went to the new charity shop in Lostock. Well, yeah, I suppose it's like 2 months old, and they're like it's really sporadic, the layout. It's all over the place. There's stuff everywhere, piled up everywhere, and but well, actually, these 2 items were on a rail of some sort, so these weren't too bad. But yeah, I sort of saw this peeking through. I don't know. I'm just going to flick back onto my little webcam screen so I can sort of show you it. So it's a Gant XL men's like sort of jacket coat thing. Quite nice, to be fair. And I wasn't sure on pricing with this, and David McGregor is in the chat, so I hope he doesn't mind me saying, but I had a chat with him about pricing and stuff, and about the other thing I'm going to show you. And I'm thinking I'm going to go maybe like 30, 40, maybe a little bit high, maybe like £40 plus postage. I don't know, so somewhere around that sort of area. I'm still quite quite not confident, quite unconfident. Is that a word, unconfident? I think it is. Quite unconfident on clothing, even with like the jackets and that. So I'm really not experienced with pricing, so it's nice to know that there's people I can go to and sort of have a chat with them about it and see what's what with it, really. So yeah, that was really nice. I do like it. It's quite a nice jacket, to be fair. It's probably one I would wear if it was a smaller size. But yeah, it's a nice one. It's pretty cool. So that's that one anyway. So I paid a tenner for both of these. You're gonna see, just so you know. Try it on, David says. No, it's too big for me, that. I'll try on the next thing for you, because that's a bit more funny. Watching while refurbing a SNES, cool. I need to learn how to do all the like refurbing stuff, because I know a few people in the UK reselling have been talking about that recently. While researching CEO for Etsy and eating lunch. Cool. Right, and the next thing that I will have a go on, have a try on, is this. Again, cost me a tenner. Is this Orvis? Oh, I'll have to go back onto the thingy, so then I know where you are. This Orvis fishing jacket, really nice, to be fair. The only problem is they had a little like drawing pin or baby pin or something. I don't think you're going to be able to see it from there, but it was just put through there, you see. I don't know whether you're going to see that actually, but it was put through there, and there's a very, very slight little pinprick. Nothing too bad, but it's just annoying that they had to put a little pin through it. I don't know why you would do that. Anyway, I'm going to try this on. I'm going to shoot for 60 with best offer. I might have to take a little bit less than that, but I paid a tenner for it. So yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm quite confident with this item. I'm going to try it on. My granddad is actually a fisherman. So I'm not saying I know stuff about this, but like I feel quite sort of comfortable picking it up, which is weird. I mean, I've never really got into fishing with him. I did sort of do a little bit with him, but I don't know, maybe it's just because he's done it for so long, I feel a bit more comfortable around it. But yeah, I felt very comfortable picking this up actually. We searched it on Sold. One has gone for like 45 quid. There's none on, so hence why I'm going to shoot for about 60 quid. Best offer, maybe a little bit less, but there you go, it's on. Nice little fishing waistcoat, fishing jacket thing. 19 viewers now, which is awesome. Right, I need to catch up with the chat here. Anyone else had a booming February on eBay? Started the month at 130 items. I have 6 left. No, I have not had a booming February. It's been bad. It's been bad. It has been bad. Yeah, hence why I'm getting into clothing a bit more, because I think if February has been bad, right, then June, sort of May, June, July time is going to be horrendous. But if I get into a bit of clothing and stuff, then it might help me through those leaner periods. I mean, obviously, like the jacket, that might not go in like sort of June, July. But if I get into more like summery shirts and things like that, men's summery shirts, it might help me through that period. Because I really need a bit of help, you know, through that period this year, I feel. Hence why I'm getting into clothing. And maybe in, I don't know, 3-4 years, I'll be pretty good at clothing, you know, and I'll be really confident in it. But we'll see. Fly fishing jacket by J.R. Hartley. Hang on, I've lost where we are now. Try swapping and changing titles and postage terms. What's that in regard to? Oh, right, in regard to selling stuff. Right, I get it. Pick up the sales and stuff. Yeah, I've done a reprice the other week, and that really helped last Friday. And then every day from Friday, including Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and yeah, Tuesday, every day I had well over 100 quid in sales. But then yesterday I had like 50, I think 50 odd quid in sales, which is terrible, which is really bad. Considering that February is a 28-day month as well, you know, I've not got like 31 days to get in my monthly total or my monthly target. So I need to make even more every day because it's a 28-day month. But yeah, anyway, it's fine. I'll work it out. I've got an Amazon shipment going in next week. I've got an Amazon shipment that's being processed today. I've got loads of stuff coming for eBay, tons of stuff coming for eBay actually. But this week I've sort of my stock levels, you know, that I've got on hand to list have really dropped off. But then that's just because of postage timings and stuff. But then next week everything's gonna come in. I'm gonna maybe hit up the car boot on Sunday. I think it is on. I think it's on this week. I might even go to an auction next week. So yeah, and charity shops as well. So I should have plenty of stock coming in. Right, who's in the chat here? David McGregor, you should use that jacket for your profile photo on Plenty of Fish. No, oh God, no way, terrible, absolutely terrible. So we shall get on with the topic now because we're 5 minutes in or so. So the topic is GSP and international postage, or GSP versus international postage. Now, I sell most of my video games through Amazon. I do sell a portion of video games on eBay. Obviously, you can't use the GSP for video games, and therefore the question is, do I have my own international postage for when I'm selling video games? The answer currently is no. The reason why Well, the reason why is probably just because of me, because I can't be bothered going up to the actual town instead of my local post office. Basically, my local village post office does not do international postage. I have to go to my nearest town. Now, if something's sold on like Wednesday that was an international order, not via GSP, then I couldn't post that out till Saturday because I've not got the car. So, and I can't, the only way of getting up to the town would be the train. And I don't want to be paying like £2 or £3 just to get the train up to there, just to post something out. Granted, I could go around the charity shops while I'm doing it, but I've not got the space. I'll only have like a little rucksack. So yeah, it's kind of annoying for me. And I need my own car, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to spend on a new car when I can plow money into my business or into other investments that will make me more money, and then use that money to plow into even more investments, which will make me more money. And then when I've got all that money, then I buy a car. But that's my thought process. I find it very, very difficult to spend on things that will depreciate in value or that will not make me any further money. It's like when I have a place of my own and I've got to pay maybe mortgage or rent or something, like maybe mortgage I'd be okay with, but rent, or like food bill, oh my God, I'd be terrible. I would be so like skimpy, with my food. I'd be like, well, let's go to like the worst place possible to get our food just to save money. But yeah, here's ads going fishing. Fake Rachel's in the chat. She finally caught me live. Yeah, I'm not going fishing. No, this was a pickup. I don't know whether you saw the last bit, but I got it for a tenner. It's an Orbis fishing jacket. Hopefully get back about 50 or 60 quid, so I'm happy with that. But David just said try it on, so I was like, yeah, I'll try it on. So yeah, what we're talking about. So that's the reason I don't do international postage. I know it's a pretty stupid excuse, and I should do it, but I don't want to like have that sale on a Wednesday and then not be able to post it till a Saturday, because that's really bad. I mean, I probably should. It might only be a one-off, and I might be able to get my grandparents to drive me into town or whatever to do it. But I don't want to put that burden on them either. But I don't know. I'm quite happy with the GSP. I like it. Obviously, the other side of the international postage is all this debate about, what's it like? Things going missing or things randomly getting stolen or something. I don't know what it is because I don't do it, but I hear a few people talking about, items going missing when they're doing their own international postage. But I suppose you could combat that with signed for. I don't know. Maybe that would work. But yeah, anyway, I don't do international postage. I have nothing against it. I did used to do it. Funnily enough, right? I used to be more confident with doing international postage when I was 13, 14 selling ponchos, because I did international postage with my ponchos. I was more confident then than now. So I don't know, but yeah, I did it back then when I was 14, perfectly fine. Because we would go into town quite regularly anyway, and my school was like in the town as well, so I could post it there at the actual post office. But yeah, so I have done international postage for a bit before, and I did even do it with a few items at the start of my when I restarted my reselling career, like must be about 18 months ago now. And I did do it with a few items, but yeah, I'm like solely with GSP now. I like it. I just think the concept's awesome. And I think there's so many good points about it. I'm not trying to diss international postage in any way. I think that's perfectly fine. I think you've got to put some precautions in place with it. Maybe, as I say, like the sign for or something. But yeah, I mean, I don't have anything against it, and I'll probably use it in the future. I think, I mean, like the majority of my items go through the GSP, can go through the GSP anyway, so that's fine. And as I say, most of my video games are at Amazon, or I sell on Amazon because I can get better prices. So, that's fine really. So there's not many things I actually need my own international postage for. But then again, the good thing about having your own international postage option is that it may increase sales. So yeah. Bike with stabilizers for the big parcels. Oh, that reminds me, I used to have a tricycle with a little basket in the back. You know, it was a little red one. It cost my mum and dad a lot of money at the time. It was about, I think it was about 15. And it cost them, I think they said it was over £1,000. They would not tell me the actual cost, but they spent like, they said it was over £1,000. It was like, God, they spent over £1,000 on this tricycle for me. And then the next year, right, I couldn't. The thing was, with my cerebral palsy, I always believed, I'll never ride a bike, I'll never ride a bike, I won't be able to do it, I can't do it. And then my friend Daniel, who you know, again, who I always mention, because he's gotten me through so much. I mean, he took me on my first roller coaster. He's basically been like the rationale. He's been my like brain when I can't function. So like, say I didn't want to go on a roller coaster, he'd say, look, just give it a go for me, and then I would trust him and do these experiences. So he's like the person who helps me have these really life enriching experiences and stuff that I would not do at all. But he said, look, well, over Easter, I think this was like 4 years ago, over Easter, I'll dedicate 2 weeks, to helping you ride this bike. We went out every day trying to ride this bike, and it took about 2 or 3 weeks, which isn't a vast longer time, really. You know, a few hours a day trying it. And yeah, I finally learned how to ride a bike, and I could not believe it. I could not believe it. I'd never thought I'd do it. When I passed my driving test, I never thought I'd do that. Granted, I do have aids, you know, to aid me in my driving, so it's not like I'm driving a manual or anything, but I just did not think I would ever be able to drive at all. So I actually believed when I was younger that if you had glasses, you couldn't drive. So I don't know where that came from, but £1,000 for a tricycle, new niche right there. Yeah, it was a red one. It was quite a big one. It had a big basket on the back. Oh, I would have loved that. You know what? If I still had that now, could go bike up to the charity shops on it and put my bags in the back of the bloody basket. But we sold it, you see, because I could learn to ride a normal bike. I mean, I could put bags either side of the handlebars, but you know, bit topsy turvy for me, because my balance isn't great anyway. But yeah, get a free wheeler like Del Boy. Right, where are we? Jason just sold a plush to someone in France via GSP. Got a message asking me to send to another address. Is this possible with GSP? I don't know. I mean, I've not had any problems with the GSP. I'm always very careful that I don't send the wrong item up to the center. I'm always really careful with it. And, you know, maybe it's luck if you believe in luck, or maybe it's just, I don't know, but I just haven't had a problem. So I don't really know. Don't think it's possible, Jason. We'll have to cancel, then reorder with the right address. Yeah, fake. Yeah, that sounds about right. I don't know. I've never had a problem. Touch wood, anyway. God, Jesus, I don't want a problem like that or anything. I just don't. You know, I get scared with the GSP because also, you know, if something goes wrong, your item's up there and you don't know what you're doing and all that sort of stuff. So, but yeah, so that's that. What else? So. Yeah, we've done GSP International Postage. Any other questions in the chat? Because any other discussion on the topic? I mean, your pros and cons on the GSP and international, you know, providing your own international postage. Well, yeah, what's been happening with me recently, reselling wise? To be fair, not a lot, and I want more to happen. But that's fine because I only need myself to apply, you know, to focus on these things and apply myself, and then more will come. I have been focusing a little bit more on researching like other ways to make money aside from reselling. Not to say I'm giving up reselling or anything like that, or even like, you know, what's the word, downgrading my reselling in any way. I'm not. But I mean, I've been sort of researching them over the past week or so, maybe the past sort of 3 weeks actually. And I think because sort of on the days when I maybe got a little bit less to do, or I'm waiting for parcels to come in, or whatever it is, or even like the night times that I've not got that much to do, I always think to myself, I've got to hold myself on point, and I've got to think, right, well, how can I make use of this time so that then maybe not today I can earn more money, but what about 2 years down the line? Can I do something today that makes it that 2 years down the line I've got a passive income coming in, or I've got I've built up a portfolio of shares, or I've done this, or I've done that to help my long-term wealth, even if it's not to do with reselling. So I've been doing a bit of that. My reselling hasn't suffered because of that. I've been doing it in the evenings and things like that. But certainly my reselling's been a bit quieter anyway this week, and it does put you a bit down. My sales have been all right. They've not been terrible, but my listing's been a bit slow because, as I say, of these parcels, timings and stuff. Yeah, and it does put you on a bit of a downer, but I always think to myself, Saturday, I always get the Friday feeling, because on Friday, that's the last day I have to stay at home, because Saturday, I can go into town, I can go wherever, I can go, RA hunting, or I can go there, even though I don't do much RA, but, whatever I want to do, I can do it on the Saturday. So I actually get the Friday feeling on Friday, ready for work on Saturday. It's really weird. But that's just how much I love work, and I actually get depressed from not doing work, and I get more anxious when I'm not doing work, and when I do work, I feel so much better, like so much better. It's crazy. I don't even know how. But yeah, so that I've got that to look forward to on Saturday. As I say, there might be a car boot on Sunday, maybe go to an auction on Tuesday, and also the charity shops on Tuesday. So got plenty of sourcing opportunities. I've been sourcing a little bit of RA online. I know I don't do a lot of RA, but I want to give it another shot. What I do is I do things until I succeed at them. Well, I didn't used to. I used to, when I was like 14, I used to be like, well, I've not succeeded at this, so I'm going to jump onto the next thing. But now I feel like I've got a bit more persistence, and I do it till I succeed. So if I fail and I fail and I fail, I'm like, you know what? I'll give it a month, and then I'll revisit it, and I'll do it again, or I'll give it a couple of weeks for me to get my confidence back, and then I'll revisit it. So yeah, I am doing maybe a little portion of RA again, and I've been doing that online, and also I've got Gumtree, eBay, all that sort of stuff, and various other different websites that I can source on. So it's not a biggie. The only problem with sourcing online, and I've heard Michael Pierce talk about this in a video ages ago, is you've got to sort of keep it up. Otherwise, like I'm in a position now, your things aren't coming in like in a straight line. You're not receiving parcels every day, and that means that your work can actually slow up and seize up. So you have got to be constantly on it, because you've got to be looking forward, like, to the next week and the week after. Like, is this guy going to post it out on this date? And then is maybe someone else who I bought something off last week. Is that going to arrive today? And that's the sort of process I have to think of. So yeah, anyway, that's that. I'm just rambling now, so I will just get on with a little chat here. Right, one second. Just get an old banger for a couple of hundred. My mum won't let me, and even so, I can't do that, because if I have to get an automatic, I have to get one that has Bluetooth in, and then I have to get the device, the Lollipop steering wheel adaptation. I have to get that fitted to the new car, which costs like, I don't know how much it actually is. It was a lot of money to get it first installed into this car, but apparently it's a lot less to get it installed in a new car. Don't ask me how that works, but that's what we told us anyway. And yeah, so I've got all that to consider as well. So yeah, it's a bit more cost for me really with it, and it's it's no fault but mine having the disability, but that's fine. I like having the disability anyway. And they always say, if someone said to me, could you trade your disability for, just being normality? I say no, because I love it. I love who I am. It's a part of who I am now. And it seems silly to say that, you know, but my disability is at a point now where it's manageable, and I feel so strongly that it's like an intrinsic part of who I am now. So yeah, I would not get rid of it. A car is an investment in your business. It is definitely, and I think it will give me so much more freedom. It will give me a lot more opportunity to get stock. Like, you know, if I had a car like through Wednesday through Friday, then I mean, just think of all the stuff I could get. Like now, if I had a car and I had gone out yesterday and yesterday and today, because I was thinking it was Friday today then, but yesterday and today, then I could have showed you a massive haul from what I've got, but you know, I haven't because I've not been out. So yeah, it is. The only thing I don't like about cars is that they depreciate in value, but that's, you know, that's just how it is. You know, you can't change that. So, but it is an investment in your business. Obviously, not all cars will depreciate in value. I'm sure there's some that appreciate, but they're going to be your real high-end ones that are like custom done and really unique. That's why I loved antiques so much, because antiques are one of the things that can actually appreciate in value rather than depreciate. And I like anything that appreciates in value, because it means that if I buy it at one price and it appreciates, then that means I get more money when I come to sell it. Right, I'm going down the chat. David McGregor, are you enjoying picking up clothes? Yes, I am. Well, yes, I am. But I don't know. I think like blazers, coats, jackets, maybe shirts, I could do that. Hats as well, and maybe shoes. I could do shoes, but I feel and jeans. But I don't think I'd do ladies' clothing, and I think there'd be certain articles of men's clothing that I wouldn't be comfortable picking up. Now, I just want to say, you know, for the record, that I have actually just said I don't think I could ever do women's clothing. Now, if I'm still on YouTube in 3 years' time, right, this time in 3 years, I wonder whether I am actually picking up women's clothing regularly, or even 2 years, or one, you know, next year. I bet you I am picking up women's clothing regularly, and I bet you I know more than I do now. So that's always what I do. I always say, oh, I'm never going to do it, never going to do it. And then a year later or 6 months later, oh yeah, I'm gonna do it, and I get all excited about it. So I'm sure if you continue watching me and I'm continuing on YouTube, then I will probably at some point be picking up women's clothing as well, because I want to put myself in the position where I can literally call myself the reselling chameleon. And what I mean by that is any niche. You know, I can be comfortable in any niche to a certain extent, whether it's antiques, collectibles, clothing, video games, this, that, whatever it is. That's the point in my career I want to get to. I don't necessarily want to know everything about those niches, because that would be damn near impossible. But I want to know at least a little bit about all these different niches, so that I can literally just walk into a charity shop. So, oh yeah, yeah, and I can walk out, with a piece of clothing, walk out with a video game, walk out with a, God, I don't know, blooming weird mantle piece or whatever. Well, I wouldn't be carrying that. Well, yeah, I might have to put that on a blooming pallet thing or whatever, but you know what I mean. You know, I could walk out of a charity shop with all these different wonderful things, and I'm essentially a chameleon of reselling. And when I get to that point, I will change my YouTube name, because I want to do this, change my YouTube name to the Chameleon Reseller. But I can't do that yet because I'm not experienced enough, and I think, quite frankly, it would just be insulting to other more experienced resellers. So I'm not doing that yet, but maybe 5 or 10 years, when that YouTube name changes, you know I'll have arrived, but I'm not arrived yet. So yeah, that's what I want to do anyway. I know I'm quite bashful with that, but yeah, that's what I do. There is a Craig David song in there somewhere. Went to a car boot on Monday, went to an auction Tuesday. We were making money by Wednesday and Thursday, Friday. So I don't even know. I don't listen to Craig David. That was your generation, though, wasn't it, David? Oh, that's what I wanted to say. I discovered bubblegum dance music the other week. Well, no, about 4 days ago. well, I don't know. I always think like it's been 3 weeks since I did these things, but I do so much now. I pack into a day so much that it feels like a day is a week. But yeah, actually, it was about 4 days ago. I just took over Bubblegum Dance, Toy Box, Aqua. Oh, what's the other one? Well, I already knew like a bit of Aqua, but I didn't know Toy Box and Venga Boys. I knew a few of them. But yeah, it was really cool to sort of stumble across a new musical genre, because it's so hard for me to like discover like new musical genres now, because I've been through so many over the years. But yeah, I really enjoyed that, and it really suits my personality, and I really like the videos. They're so good. So yeah. Hi, yay, managed to catch your live feed. Great info. Priscilla, thank you. Jason, good on you, ads. Gotta come to terms with who you are and don't let it get to you. Be the best you can. Yeah, hopefully. I mean, hopefully. The great position is now is I've got time to learn. Like, I'm 21 now, and by 40, I could be a seriously good reseller, like a seriously good reseller, and that only depends on me, on whether I'm willing to put in the time, put in the effort, and go out there and get it. And I'm determined to do that. I am determined to do that. And by the time I'm 40 or maybe 50, I will be a really good reseller. I feel like that. I'm not saying I'm a good reseller now. I think I've got a hell of a long way to go. I'm not trying to big myself up now. But I think by 40 or 50, if I'm still doing this and I'm still hammering it down, I could be a seriously good reseller. And I do believe that. What's your favourite Aqua song? Barbie Girl or Dr. Jones? No, I like, they're like the two like really well-known ones. I like, oh, what's the one? I listen to Bumblebees. Bumblebees is good. Barbie Girl, you know, Barbie Girl and Dr. Jones, they're not bad, but, you know, they're just like the really well-known ones. I already knew about them. Bumblebees, Around the World, I quite like, although that's a little bit later on it. Ooh, what else? My Oh My is okay. Oh, Cartoon Heroes. I like Cartoon Heroes. Toy Box, I really like Tarzan and Jane, but that's like a really well-known one. And E.T. I like E.T. That's a really good one. And there's so many more, but I've really stumbled across that, and I really like it. And I've been watching my videos like 24/7, singing them in the shower, all that sort of stuff. So I've been having them on while I've been labeling up my postage. And I always make a point, and I will say this to you guys: do not listen to music when you're labeling up your post, because if you're not totally on it or you're not totally focused, that's how you send the wrong items out. And oh my god, did I learn that lesson the hard way? Bloody hell. I mean, there was 1 week where I think I sent like 3 wrong parcels. I mean, I'm laughing about it now, but it was terrible. I sent 3 wrong parcels out. It must have been within the same day, because they all came back to me on the same, you know, like in a week after that, or a few days after that. And that was because of listening to music. So I make a point of not listening to music when I'm labeling up, because I need to make sure that I have my phone here or have my computer on and see that that address is going on that right item. So yeah, but oh my god, that is a big piece of advice I would give to newbies. Do not do that. God, I mean, music can be a great motivator when you're reselling, and it's great for when you're sorting, or maybe you could even listen to music when you're listing, but I find that maybe a bit of a distraction. But like when you're sorting and things like that and processing things, that's the best time for listening to music, and it can be a great motivator, but at the same time you've got to know when it will actually maybe harm your business if you listen to music. So I mean, it's just when it's appropriate. Like if you have a bricks and mortar shop, is it really appropriate to maybe when you're in Selfridges put something blasting out the speakers that's like blooming rap or something? It's not appropriate. But if you had like really nice orchestral music in Selfridges, that's more appropriate. I know it's not quite the same sort of line, you know, we're going off on a bit of an offshoot there, but it's sort of a similar thing. It's not, you've got to know when it's appropriate. and rap music is certainly not going to be of the taste of most of Selfridge's clientele. I am generalizing there. Obviously, there'll be some people who like rap who shop at Selfridge's. I'm sure there are. Maybe even rappers themselves shop at Selfridge's. Probably. I don't know. But as a generalization, I don't feel it's quite appropriate, just as in certain portions of your business, it's not really appropriate to listen to music, in my opinion. So that's that. We'll have 5 more minutes. It's just gone 2. So FBA has been great for handhelds. Yeah. Sent in Game Boys all over Europe. Been adding my own at International Postage to V games, and have been having success too. Yeah. FBA is good for FBA is good for all video games. I sold a Mega Drive last week. I sold a handheld the other week, about 2 weeks ago. I've not sent in as many consoles after Christmas. I need to step up my game with sending in consoles. I've sent in a lot of brand new sealed stuff. But yeah, my console game on FBA is pretty low at the moment. But yeah, they certainly do go. I don't think I've got any PS2s up there. PS2s for me like go so quickly. It's crazy when we're up there. Also, Wii's go pretty quickly when we're up there as well. You know, they don't take long to go. And you know, your vintage consoles will go pretty quickly. Like N64s, they've gone quick for me. Also, Sega Mega Drive was a little bit slower, but I think I might have priced slightly higher, so that might have been why it was slower. But DS, did I have a DS? Was it a DSi or just a normal DS? I think it was a DS. That went so quick. First one I sent in a few weeks back, about 3 or 4 weeks back, went so quick, so quick. Oh, David Morse, you meant GSP. Oh, you put FBA, didn't you? Anyway, well, it doesn't matter because FBA is good for consoles as well. GSP, FBA, they're all good for consoles. That's what we'll say. Right then, anyone got any more questions before we leave it there? And yeah, I also need a topic. So someone in the chat, choose a topic for me for next week, and I'll write it down when we finish today's episode. So yeah, I don't really know what else to talk about. I mean, that's pretty much it. I've got everything out that I wanted to say. So yeah, and we've just gone 2, so that's all right. So yeah, as I say, anyone in the chat, put the topic in for next week. I'll make a note of it because I'll forget otherwise. I actually forgot this week's topic, but then I went back onto the episode and then remembered. Yeah, but it was quite a close one because I thought, oh God, how am I going to find the topic? And I realised that I could get it on the old episode. Yeah, I'm a bit slow like that. Let's just Bubblegum Pop. I just thought it was called crap. Oh, no, nah, that's where you're getting confused. Bubblegum Pop, I believe, is 60s. Bubblegum Dance is 90s. Now, it might be called Bubblegum Rock, the 60s one, but I typed it in, and when I typed in Bubblegum Pop, it came up with all your 60s stuff. And then when I typed in Bubblegum Dance, it came up with your 90s stuff. So I actually did think it was called Bubblegum Pop, but I don't know whether it actually is. But yeah, so that's why I said Bubblegum Dance at the start. But maybe it's called both. Maybe the 60s one is called Bubblegum Pop, and then the 90s one's called Bubblegum Pop. But yeah. But apparently the term comes from, in the 50s, you know, the old pictures of girls chewing bubblegum and then blowing a little ring, like Bubblegum Pop. But I don't know. Yeah. But that's what my research told me when I was doing a bit of it. But yeah, right, let's go down the chat because I think we've got what's your favorite type of fish? I don't like too much fish. I mean, I like lemon sole. I like crab, but I've not had it in ages. I only recently tried rainbow trout, and I quite like that. Don't like mackerel, it's a bit too fishy for me, and I don't like any shellfish. I nearly said shellfish. I don't like any shellfish. Again, I tried one a while back, and my granddad said to me, go on, just have this mussel. Oh my God, it was so fishy. so fishy. Oh God, loads of well, I say loads, but I mean about 7 in total. Cod, haddock is okay. I don't mind haddock. Oh, what else? Well, a few others, but oh, swordfish. I like, but that's quite meaty. Oh, the obvious one, tuna, because that's meaty, isn't it? So it's not a fishy fish. I'd listen to "Give Me Chocolate" by Baby Menta. Right, I will do. Right, "Give Me Chocolate." To give me chocolate. Right, I'll lock that in my brain. The 60s music is class, yeah. That is right. I love 60s stuff. How about for next week, a proper video discussing various income streams? Well, the video I did, it took forever to record. I recorded it over 3 days, and I deleted all of the footage over those 3 days, and then I did it again because I wanted to get my facts right. And I ended up just doing it in a very sort of nonchalant, is that how you pronounce it? Nonchalant way, anyway. And yeah, I wanted to do it really professionally. I wanted to get all my facts right and everything. I wanted to do loads of like pictures popping up on the side of the screen. Really, really in-depth video. And it just did not work. I just couldn't record it. I kept sitting down in front of the camera or standing up in front of the camera, and I'd make mistakes because I find it so damn hard to be professional. I don't know what it is. I mean, I used to be great at it. Presentations in college, believe me, I mean, I don't want to sound really big-headed or anything, but I was like the best in my class at presentation. And I'm not trying to be big-headed about it. It's just a fact. I was really good. And you say to any of the guys who were in my college course, they will say, yes, he was fantastic. I was great. I would do tons of research. I would stand up. I'd get up there. I'd throw an anecdote in there, a funny anecdote. Like I said, we were doing an assignment proposal form, right? And we were doing an assignment proposal presentation for our like main essay, or like 7,000, 8,000 word essay. And I began with the line, "An assignment proposal is much like a wedding proposal, a marriage proposal," I think I said. See, I can't even get it right now. A marriage proposal. And then I went on to explain how, and it all linked in, and then it went right back to the topic I was discussing. And I was bloody amazing when I was younger, but oh God, I don't know. It's age, isn't it? It's age. But yeah, but you know what? So I can't be professional. So I find it very, very hard to be like that now. But if I did my research and if I was on it, you would be amazed with the skill I could show doing a presentation. But I've just not got it there anymore. I've just not got it. Even the women's clothes. Oh, what's this here? Topic: Jason, he tries them on and takes a selfie. I do not. And then someone said even the women's clothes. I get it. See, I'm trying to read out the chat so that then people watching this after the live stream will know what we're actually on about. David Ruger, Ads looks good in a bra and heels. No. Ads Merelda. Oh, that's great. No, I don't look good in a bra and heels. Yeah, actually, don't ask me how I know that. That's weird. That is weird. How the hell do I know that? Yeah, so we'll leave it there, guys. What is the topic? Oh, right. Okay, proper topic here now. David McGregor, topic for next week. What makes a good YouTube reseller? Well, I don't know, do I? Because I wouldn't say I'm like a really successful one. I don't know. I would say there's a lot more successful YouTube resellers than me, but we'll give it a go next week. We'll have a go and we'll see what we can pull up. I'll try and do a bit of research for it. In fact, I could maybe do squeeze in 10 minutes now, and then I might look a bit more professional. But yeah, so thank you everyone for watching. Don't forget, hit the thumbs up button if you did like it. And you can go down below as well and check out all the links below. And yeah, that's all that needs to be said. So I'll see you in the next one. Thank you to everyone in the chat. and see you very soon, guys. And as always, we have that little bit of awkwardness when I try and find the little stop broadcast button. So bye for now, guys.